Shalom. Shalom, Yasharella. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching 100% truth. Wa Barakatham to the 144,000, as well as the rest of the elect. May peace and blessings be unto your households. It's your brother Gadal from the Great Millstone Dallas branch. And in this quick lesson, just going to get into don't think you are untouchable just because you're in the truth, right? Don't think that you're untouchable just because of the truth. And, yes, Yahweh Shai has a, hedge of protection around us. Yes, he sent his angels, as it says in Psalms 34. His angels are camped around about those that fear him, but just going into that hedge. Yes, them things are true. But doesn't mean that you can't get tested, man. Doesn't mean that the Lord can't test you by touching you. And I was meditating, on this Job and hell. Even I was just thinking about, brothers situations, man. I ain't gonna, go into detail or nothing, but brothers done been through some shit. I'm like, damn, man, that could very well been my ass. And they serve the Lord. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get this. I'm gonna go ahead and start up in this Job chapter 2. And, if you're not already aware of this book, go read it. That's gonna get you in the right mindset of like, yeah, that can happen to you too. This can happen to you, maybe on a smaller scale or not. We're not exempt from these things, man. We always say it, man. How basically put your name in there. When you read a book of the Job, put your name in there. Because we all being tested to whatever measure that the Lord has given us. But I'm going to go ahead and get Job chapter 2. And in the previous chapter, Slakia, it goes into pretty much how Job lost everything. Because of Satan. The Lord allowed Satan to take everything from him. His 7 sons, three daughters, sheep, cattle, everything but his wife. And I wonder why. You're gonna find out though. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this Job chapter 2. I'm gonna start at verse 1. It says, again there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan was came also among them to present himself before Yahweh Shai, right? And the sons of God going into the angels, man, right? The angels, and Satan was amongst that, meaning Satan's in order. All right, Satan's not just going around doing whatever the fuck he wants to do. No, he's in order. Marie says, and Yahweh Shai said unto Satan, from whence comest thou? And Satan answered Yahweh Shai and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And Yahweh Shai said, and Yahweh said, because it's Lord in all caps. And Yahweh said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job? Right? Because he said the exact same thing in the first chapter. Literally, word for word, bar for bar. Have you considered my servant Job? Put your name there. Right? It says that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth the Most High and escheweth evil. Man, he hates evil. And still holdeth fast his integrity, although thou movest me against him to destroy him without cause. So Yahweh Shai even let it be known that like basically I'm doing this even though he still hold fast to his integrity, even though it wasn't, I'm doing this just because, basically. Well, it really wasn't just because, but he's saying that even though you moved me to do this and there wasn't really a good reason to, but to test him, really, it was ultimately just to test him, but it wasn't really a reason like, oh, because he committed adultery, oh, he done did that. It wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? right? But it goes to show, man, hell, you could be doing hella good. You can be high in the spirit and everything, and then before you know it, boom, Lord, allow Satan to touch you, right? Took something from you. Whether, you mess around, you get into, you mess around, get into a car accident, whether you have, literally anything can happen to you, man. Anything. Mess around, faint. Plague your body. We're not untouchable in these bodies, man. Yes, we have the angels that camp around about us, but that doesn't mean the Lord can't test you at any given moment, man. That's why it's so important to thank the Lord that you even woke up today, man. Because one day you could go to sleep in your bed and you wake up in the hospital and be like, what the fuck happened? I remember I was going to sleep in my bed. Yeah, you was in a coma. You don't know that. You don't know what can happen to you. I'm gonna read verse 4. Job chapter 2 verse 4 says, and Satan answered Yahweh and said, skin for skin, yeah, all that a man hath will he give for his life. But put forth thine hand now and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face. So Satan made it, he proposed that, man, hey, if you let me touch him though, let me touch his flesh, he'll curse you out then. Right? Like I said, put your name there, bro. We're not exempt from none of that, man. Touch your skin can mean anything right now for you. You can mess around and get burned. You can mess around and get 30-degree burns and, your skin all messed up. You can mess around, you can lose limbs. Right? Hell, you could low-key, what else? You could also lose your mind. If the Lord wants that to happen, maybe you mess around, lose your mind. Well, not lose your mind, have a stroke. Right? If I'm not mistaken, that already happened to a brother. Yeah, it has. It's like I forgot his name. But yeah, brother had a stroke. We're not exempt from none of that, dude. Like, that could happen to me right now. If the Lord wanted to, it could happen to me right now. Like we say, man, we many Jobs out here, man. Don't walk around thinking like, oh man, you ain't touchable. Yes, believe Yahweh Shai with you. Good. Believe that. But don't go up here acting like shit just can't happen to you. That's why it's so important to fear Yahweh Shai, because you don't know what he got planned for you, bro. You don't know what he got planned for you the next day, the next week, the next month. It only take one day for everything to change. And shit can happen like fast. Don't be in that spirit thinking you can't be touched, bro. One minute you good, the next minute you done lost everything. The next minute your life done changed. In a blink of an eye, bro. And that's all it takes. And the Lord, hey, he can give the green light on that. As he's doing with Job right now. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and read more of it, because he pretty much gives the green light. This is Job chapter 2 and I'm gonna read verse 5. It says, but put forth thine hand now and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face. And Yahweh said unto Satan, behold, he is in thy hand, but save his life. In other words, he's letting you know, go ahead, you can touch him, but you can't kill him. Boom. Like I've been saying, I'm gonna keep reiterating it. Put your name there, man. You don't think the Lord do the same to you? Go ahead to touch him or her, because you few sincere aqua, y'all not exempt from getting tested either. Y'all not exempt. You claim to believe, right? This is what comes with believing, being tested on high levels, according to your faith, really. whatever that may be. None of us exempt, man. And that's why it's so important, man, just to fear Yahweh Shem Shai, man. And thank him for keeping you in one piece. For, hell, giving you the strength to endure whatever you are going through. Because if he didn't, you'd be out the truth. Anything can knock you out the truth, man. From something small to something big. Anything can knock you out the truth if the Lord's not with you. You know? This is Job chapter 2 and verse 7. It says, So went Satan forth from the presence of Yahweh and smote Job with sore boils from the sole of his foot unto his crown. So from head to toe, or the way they said, from feet to the head, boils all over you. And he took him a potsherd to scrape himself withal, and he sat down among the ashes, man. So he took, a piece of pottery, and he's scraping it. He was trying to scrape the boils, probably scratching himself with it, because it was probably itchy. That's what the Lord did to him. Not only he took his family from him, he took his family, he took his livestock. He also plagued them with boils, man. Like, bro, let's be honest. If Job didn't have the Spirit of the Lord with him, he wouldn't have withstood that. He wouldn't have endured none of that, bro. Let's be honest, yeah. Cause I'm thinking about it, I'm like, dang, I know damn sure I couldn't endure that unless the Lord was with me. So, but the Lord was with Job, and that's why he was able to go through with it. And the thing was, guess what? He was fearing the Lord, right? I mean, the Lord said himself, man, hey, he hates evil, man. He fears the Lord. He fears me. Yet he did this to him. So don't think because you are serving the Lord, you're not touched. You can't get touched or nothing. Lord won't touch whatever you got. Remember, the Lord, he can take everything just like that. And guess what? You still got to believe. Right? Which is something only possible if you have Yahweh Shem Shai, man. Because if you don't, then guess what? You're going to be like, I just can't do it. It's too much. I didn't sign up for this. It's going to be in that kind of spirit. That's why we prayed that Psalms, 55, 13. Let me see if I can get it. Let me get it real quick. No, I'm tripping. Psalms 55. Or is it 58? Yep, it's probably 58. Salakia. Damn. I ain't ready. I know how to go, though. Oh, it's 51. Okay, that's what it was, 51. And Salakia. This is chapter 51 and 11. It says, Cast me not away from thy presence, and take not thy Holy Spirit from me. Right? Because as long as we got the Holy Spirit on us, as long as we got Yahweh Shem Shai, pretty much, you can really go through anything that the Lord put on you, man. No matter how big or how small. Doesn't mean it's going to be easy, but you're going to be able to go through with it. Whatever the Lord does put on your plate. It's only as long as you got the Lord, though. Only way it's possible, because when you read the book of Job, literally just the first 2 chapters, that's just like the beginning. Just the first 2 chapters. It's like, damn. I'm happy to see that he still believed, but we understand that it was Yahweh Shem Shai that allowed him to continue to believe. And that's the only way you're going to be able to continue to believe, is if you have Yahweh Shem Shai, the Lord. Once you do get touched, man, because, we could pray that, Lord, protect us, certain things don't happen to us. But what if the Lord like, no, I have to do this to you. I have to touch your flesh. I have to take this from you. I have to do this to build you up in a way I want you to be built up. Then what? I mean, you gonna give up? If these are things to think about, shit. I think about it all the time. Shit. I ain't gonna say every second of the day or nothing, but like I think about it. I'm like, damn, man, I'm just thankful that that Lord, shit protected me. Because any given moment, He could just have something happen to me. And guess what? If I'm alive, if the Lord have it to where I'm alive, still gotta believe, still gotta do the work if I'm able to. It's easier said than done. But this is Job chapter 2. Back in Job chapter 2, I'm thinking about that's about it. Or that's all I probably want. Oh, okay, now verse 9. I'm going to get to verse 9. It says, this is Job chapter 2, verse 9 says, then said his wife unto him, the only thing that Satan didn't take away, because what? Them are Satan play toys, right? Dost thou still retain thine integrity? Curse the Most High and die. So Satan hopped on his wife to tell him, oh, you still believe, man? Curse the Most High and just die. Right? It's like, damn. The one that's supposed to be comforting him in all this is the same one that's telling him turn on the Most High. That's why you gotta be so careful with women, man. Women is your enemy on this side, man. It's like, yeah, it's cool. We're still, man. We're gonna like women. You're gonna end up getting a woman. That's just how it is. It's in our nature. But you have to understand, like, our women are not our friends, bro. They're not. They're just not. And it is what it is for right now. But verse 10, it says, but he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. What shall we receive good? What shall we receive good and at the hand of the Most High, and shall we not receive evil? And all this did not Job sin with his lips. Exactly. So in all this, he didn't, talk back to Yahweh Shem Shai. Even after going through all this, and no telling how fast it all happened. It's from reading it, it looked like it happened all like really fast. Span of days, weeks, maybe. Like, it happened pretty damn fast. And guess what? Job the Lord had that strong spirit on him to continue to believe in him. And that's what we need, bro. Because it's not just thinking like, you don't think, obviously, as the title saying, you don't think that you can't get touched, but what happens when you do get touched? You just got to pray that the Lord give you that spirit to endure when He does touch you, man. Like I said, it's easier said than done. I know some brothers that have been touched, and I'm like, damn, man, I'm so glad the Lord got the spirit on them to keep going, keep fighting, keep striving. Because, on the outside looking in, it's like, ain't no way, boy, unless the Lord is with you, straight up. You just got to be honest. There ain't no way unless the Lord is with you. And it's a beautiful thing to see. The power of Yahweh Bashem Shah. So don't think that you can be the one that be tested, and it can happen at any given moment. Now, am I saying walking around with a chip on your shoulder, you just terrified no matter what? Nah, I mean, you pray, and you just go on about your day. Pray Yahweh shall protect you, and go on about your day. That's why it's so important to pray, because when you pray, guess what? It's gonna cast that fear away, man. But if the Lord has it written in your story to where you do get touched, then that just is what it is. Now you just making sure that you're, if or whenever it does happen, that He has the spirit on you to keep going. That's really what matters, man. Because we can pray that, just don't plead by Shad, don't do it. But if He see it fit in your story, He gonna do it. It's just now you gotta hope that He put the spirit on you to keep going, because A lot of stuff can happen to brothers, and they could that shit will kick them out, make them fall out the truth. You know. But anyways, that's all I really had through the spirit, man. Don't think that you're untouchable. And if or whenever you do get touched, however that may be, plagues, whatever it may be, man, because bros went through some shit. Just pray that you can endure it. The Lord gives you spirit to endure it. Anyways, Lord willing, y'all was edified. I want to end it all by saying Kal Halal, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And until next time I say, Shalom and Shalom.